it's well known that the higher level person you can talk to as a salesperson, the better chance you're going to have not only at making a sale, but making a significant sale. There's a lot more value that you can get out of a transaction when you're dealing with higher level people. However, a lot of salespeople don't recognize that there really is different language that you should be talking at different levels. Now, this may be understood to some degree, but there seems to be some murkiness around it. Now, I'd like to talk about 3 very standard levels that we find in organizations and give some really clear boundaries as to what we should be talking about at each level. The lowest level, which is really a technical buyer level, you're really talking about feature and function of your product. Now, these people that you're talking with typically do not have economic buyer status. They're not people who are going to be able to make a decision to buy your product, but they're really just checking it against a list of features and functions that they've been tasked with procuring. Okay? So these people will typically speak, the language of function and feature and technology. Now, if you move one level above that, let's say to a vice president level or a department head level, these people are typically given profit loss responsibility, or they're being given a budget for a cost center that they need to be able to run efficiently. So their language is typically going to focus around being able to increase revenues or reduce costs. So when a salesperson is speaking with those people, he shouldn't be talking about feature and function. He should really be talking about what can be done to increase revenues or reduce costs. And if he should mention feature and function, he should go one level further and say, this means that you can increase your revenues or reduce your costs by this much. Now let's say that we go one level above. We're now at a C level. Here we have CEO, C-level executives. The type of concerns that they have are really strategic and competitive. And so the language that the salesperson needs to be talking at that level has to be around strategic issues. It's going to be increasing market share or improving competitive advantage. Now, the thing is at that level, if the salesperson starts talking about how to increase revenues and how to reduce costs, he's probably going to be sent down to go talk with a vice president or a department head. Or even worse, if at that level he's talking about feature and function, he may just simply be thrown out of the office. Now, at the vice president and department head level, if you're talking in terms of feature and function, you're probably going to be sent down again. All right. So it's very important that you gauge your language to the level of the people who you're talking with in the room. And you need to be able to have a sales conversation at all of those levels, or you're not going to be able to move up and talk to the people in higher levels of position. So let me ask you, how are you doing it in your organization today? Are your people aware of the different levels of language that they should be speaking? Are they able to do it? And are they doing it appropriately and properly when they have sales conversations with customers?